and then it's somewhat shored up by the fact that it's Teddy, you know, on this Zeri pick for the late game, where if you can set up enough damage, then you're going to feel great. My problem is I don't feel like there's enough realistic damage throughput with the Akshan and LeBlanc to get those champions low for Zeri to actually finish people off. Because if she goes in early, then she'll just get CC'd and blown up, so she has to be very careful and come in late.
Yeah, that's it's one of the big issues, and we'll keep a bit of a microscope on that as we hop onto the Rift for game number 1. Damwon Kia.
Minions, he's staying fairly even. We'll have to head back once more, but you know, this is kind of best case scenario for the Graves.
Yeah, well, Rune Prison coming on in here as Canyon finds Ellen face checking. A little bit late on the Steadfast presence there as Canyon now going to be able to use that E, gets the reset as Fate uses his decoy quite effectively. And Damwon Kia win out on the trade health-wise, but it's going to be flashes retained here by the mid and jungle of Kwangdong Freaks. Canyon still getting on in here, trying to steal away some popcorn chickens, and he will do so.
Very, very...
Oh, that's a lot of flashing happening.
Yeah, he was scared he was going to get caught into the wall just there.
As Kellen and Canyon still sticking around, making sure that Dokdam is as safe as possible.
Man, Damwon Kia are just winning the macros so hard right now. They force Fate to come down here, and no one's in mid, so waves are getting deleted there by Showmaker, who's grabbed a plate himself here in the mid lane now. As Keen's now coming over to answer finally after getting caught by that ult from Dokdam, but... Man, Damwon are just ruling this map already, and we're sub 15 minutes. It gets harder later, especially with this Akshan pick for Kwangdong Freaks to manage the map, and it's a very, very big warning sign.
That's a flash forward. Dredgeline's beautiful. The ulti comes down, but it's more of a celebration as Teddy is going to hit the death chamber and Damwon Kia grab first blood.
Very nice.
And we saw actually, like, Deft was utilizing the Gravitum so well yesterday. It felt like... okay, it's going to be a bit of a fight here instead. There's the exhaust, and Dokdam immediately falls down. Canyon, Moonfall, but a little bit too little, too late, as you can see Keen doing so much damage. Maybe they don't want to dive the turret, and they don't. Elm's going to get out of there, but mission successful. Dokdam is going to be punished. I like it a lot. What I was going to say is that they were using Aphelios as an engage tool, but he was just absolutely destroyed after managing to figure that one out earlier on, as Bertold taken down very, very low, but Fate not going to be able to finish this one off just yet. However, they are still behind. Kwangdong Freaks haven't been able to do enough to really damage Damwon Kia's macro control and tempo advantage. Is Keen fighting underneath the turret, not exactly what he wants.
He was so close to the plate and he doesn't get it. He was fighting that way because 14 was hitting like 1 second later and he really wanted to get it, but he's not able to.
Heroic charge as LM doesn't quite get the stun, as once again Canyon in a bit of trouble here. He gets the ulti, Moonfall comes down as Canyon trying to fight this one out, but it does not work. Keen seems to be everywhere as the back massage not quite going to land there onto Kellen.
Now Teddy's up here. Berto might actually be going to the grave, it looks like here.
Yep, that's going to be the ulti to come through. Bertle trying to get out, does have flash, is going to use it as Teddy dashes over the wall. Canyon is going to find him though, and this is very dangerous. Teddy, no flash, but actually tries to fight it out. Knew he had nowhere else to go. In the meantime, it's a solo kill in the mid lane as well, as Dokdam is just going to murder LM, and there's some revive action. Yeah. I love it. Teddy back up yet again. He's like, you didn't see anything, it's fine. LM over the side. Kwangdong Freaks wrapping around. 4 versus 3 right now on the bottom side as the teleport's going to come in from both sides. Great steadfast presence there as LM looks to get out. Depth charge, not really doing too much onto the Poppy as Canyon is going to be forced out of here as well. Bertle down very low. Kwangdong Freaks not going to go for the extra dive. It's still a 2,000 gold lead approximately. But as you can see, Kwangdong Freaks feeling like they have a lot more power here at around this 20-minute mark.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you want the Akshan to be, right? You've got him 3 kills, and he's looking for his second item here soon.
We've been talking about this, actually, as Showmaker actually a little bit too far forward, has to flash out immediately. Everfrost is fantastic. Moonlight Vigil comes down. So much damage from Dokdam, as Hoyt has to wander his way out, and Showmaker is pretty tanky. Maybe this is how you use the tank
That
rise.
was what I was going to say. If everybody just all-ins on the rise and he walks away with 3/4 health, then you get value out of that. As Teddy used his ult, that's no longer available for this team fight. Doesn't have his heal, Hoyt flash. Like, this is a mess for Kwangdong. That's the first big mistake in terms of macro rotations.
Well, Fate diving on forward, looking for Canyon here, as it is going to be a 50-50. But no, actually, Ellen can't get into the pit. They were just too slow. They had a control ward in the back of the pit this whole time as the Realm Warp is going to get Damwon Kia out. And Quantum Freaks, you have to stop that. You have to stop your lunch money from being taken from you. Inhibitor now has respawn, so it should start bouncing back towards Damwon here, but they still have that as a relative. Oh, goodbye, Canyon.
Fate played it so well.
Yeah, pops over the wall, and this is the Fate that we wanted to see from this team.
And now
Quantum Freaks are now going for the Baron, and there's no jungler to worry about.
No jungler, and especially no Diana, no engage outside of the ultimate here for Duckdom. This is basically unwinnable for Damwon Kia. They're going to try.
Well, they're still going to be able to fight this one out as Goodbye Keeney is just going to explode. It's a great ulti, and Duckdom finds himself all alone. Oh, man. It was looking good for Damwon as they managed to take down Keen, but then LM finds a phenomenal ultimate, and this should be the Baron.
This is definitely the Baron here. LM on the Poppy, man. I'm telling you, this is a champion that looks great. He looks great on, and now Damwon Kia just hoping the health bars are low enough here. Maybe they can push in and
this is going down very slowly as Showmaker discovers this. Birtle trying to kite this one out, does so quite nicely, but look at the health bars. Look at the AoE from Showmaker as he takes down Fate. I don't even know where he died. I think it might have been the Baron that ate him, and now Showmaker, the tank moving forward, and he's absolutely a tank. He's just huge. Rolling on top, rolling on through, and the Baron survives. Damwon Kia will not be thwarted, Canyon or no Canyon. And there are no inhibitor turrets left remaining, and Damwon Kia seem unstoppable. That's a great dredge line, but immediately Fate is going to go into that stopwatch. Huge knock-up to come through, and Showmaker is untouched. Moonlight Vigil does so much work. Moonfall comes in. Teddy explodes. Duckdom wants to get himself a penta. He's going to find himself the triple kill. There's the quadra as Teddy's going to flash. He wants to deny it. Duckdom, can you get back and kill this Zeri? That's what you need for the pentakill. The pentakill, the 200 years versus 200 years, and the original reigns supreme. Duckdom's gonna lock it down for the penta, and they will win this game.
8-2-0 at the end. It's a tough vote for me between Duckdom and Showmaker. They both had fantastic moments this game. This is the lowest damage we've seen from Zeri so far this week. And yeah, just didn't have a lot of setup, unfortunately, in these fights either. Your only engage is really a Braum and a Poppy. You don't have an AoE spell to set anything up, and Teddy's very fragile into this comp. It was a hard time once they lost control of the map.
No,
here, but
yeah,
and my assumption is with this Grave Spigot it will definitely be the Akali top and the Ryze mid, as you know, that's the way you want to play this one out. The Akali will have some kill pressure with the Jarvan on the top side of the map. Will be a lot tougher to do that against the Syndra.
And Caitlyn and Lux are able to deal with what can be a range issue that you have into this carries, right? We're looking at Showmaker, we're looking at Canyon every time Damwon play. And the Syndra with these scatters certainly going to be pivotal. We are very inspired as Teddy the only one, and Teddy and King, as we've got a bit of a resolve there. As LM is, yeah, struggling here against Birtle, who has decided that LM is not going to take his blue buff. And it's just, yeah, that's just a fact. He's not taking this.
Yeah, Keen cannot really do anything about this.
To help out for a little bit of extra sustain as Teddy finding a lot of peace with that Peacemaker. Duckdom down very, very low. The flash is Hoyt. Gonna bait them out here. Teddy looks for that one extra auto, but the minion's getting in the way. And Canyon coming on down here trying to capitalize. Gets on over. I don't think he was spotted on vision. Nope. And there is a ward behind Hoyt there as well. They know that he's in this brush. As now Canyon moves on over, flashes on in to get that E. And the light binding's not going to be enough. Teddy going to get pushed out as well, and that's an easy first blood for Canyon. But gets on top of the Lux. She has no flash. She can't move, and it doesn't matter if he gets bound. At that point in time, as light binding going to go wide here. Kellen speeds himself up as Duckdom. Aggressive arcane shift, and now Canyon moving on in one more time. Hoyt's the target. The Q's going to land, and goodbye, Lux. Too easy there for Damwon as once again Canyon swoops in and grabs a kill.
Yeah, at least Duckdom got the assist this time. Still not going to be getting up his gold up, but that's okay for an Ezreal at this point. It's actually great for the Lee Sin to have this early gold, because then he becomes a menace on the map. I think ill-fated to try to fight this against the Fed Canyon.
Liked what you did.
There you go.
As LM finds the Cataclysm. Scatter the Weak does nothing, but the gameplay button comes in. He's not going to be able to save Showmaker here, but Canyon does lock down the kill on his opposite number. Kellen moving on up as Fate's still doing a fair bit of damage on this Ryze as they go 1-for-1 mid laner for jungle.
Yeah. Finally some gold on the board here for Kwangdong.
Oh, Keen looking for it here as the perfect execution comes down. The ignite is ticking. Bertles drank his potion, though. He's done exactly what he needs to do, and he survives just barely. Fate coming on in, and Bertles not out of the woods just yet.
Teleport committed. Fate, I don't know about this.
The flash comes in, and Bertles gonna survive. Oh, no.
He can just match.
Yeah, Dogdom going to get flashed on here, but the light binding's not going to connect, and Hoyt is just dead once again. True Shot Barrage is going to seal the deal. Oh man, Hoyt not having a great day today.
Yeah, I mean, the first two were really, unfortunately, not enough vision coverage, which is somewhat on him. They were not able to see Canyon coming, smart pathing from Canyon, but that one was really just a bit of a whoopsie there, straight off.
Well, Keen might be baited here as Canyon's going to move on in. Not going to find him with the Tempest, but Keen moves out of his Shroud. And the Q is going to miss. Nice sidestep.
That was really important.
Hasn't really worked. As we're going to check out this one from Bertles' perspective.
Ults.
As he makes the great escape.
Yeah, he ults after he uses his quick draw. Yeah, he's like, I'm good, I'm surviving.
Okay.
Let's see how he reacts to the rise. The ping is there.
Yeah. Just slowly moves his way back. And does eat his biscuit as well, and that is what helped him there, as you could see. Eat your biscuits, everyone.
Calls out no ult for Akali, saying that he can maybe push forward as we're going to watch a lot of stuff happening at once.
Yeah, bit of a fight here towards the bottom side as well as Dogdom. Arcane shifting, still trying to stay in range as Showmaker clearing out control vision, but Kellen going to fall down, so well played.
So you're basically just saying, all right, Keen, you're not really doing anything to me, and I can blow up turrets every time you decide to be elsewhere. As this turret doesn't exist, so they need to be careful. Canyon's here.
It's just so much pain. True Shot Barrage comes down, as now the Realm Warp to come in. Kellen is really dead, but he survives for a little bit of time. Great light binding this time from Hoyt, though. Time about a million years to Kellen dying the first time.
Yeah. Very, very far back. Does a lot of damage to try to turn this into a trade, but is unsuccessful. Now down here, staying a little bit long under turret, Dogdom eats an extra shot here, and when the Realm Warp comes through, there's just no way out. Kellen handles it, again, very well, but the light binding is what prevents them from collapsing in and turning it into a trade and taking out that turret. So,
and then Damwon, man, this is like, it's a death squad moving around here.
Well, they are just stealing everything on the map that there is.
All right, Canyon's going to get caught out. It's really good binding once again as LM taking a lot of damage, but he will not fall. As I have cast a cursed Canyon a couple of times.
Well, that's going to be a Rift Herald at least, but Kwangdong Freaks missed the boat on plates, so this is not going to be as impactful as the first one. An even worse scenario, so goodbye Hoyt, but Damwon Kia not going to just let Fate go quietly.
Yeah, he has no flash, and they know that, as Showmaker also just walking behind the turret is not exactly the best thing. Perfect execution. Beautifully done there from Keen, who immediately grabs himself a double kill. We'll see whether he can get out of this, and I don't think he will be able to. Collateral damage to finish off that kill.
But unfortunately, they haven't gotten those picks at a critical time. Bertle will have to flash.
Yeah, Realm Walk comes on in here as Bertle. Yeah, no escape tools outside of the quick draw that doesn't really do enough. True Shot Barrage does, but no follow-up.
Better hope so. At least they've got this top wave pushed through.
Yeah. And, okay, Bertle, let's see whether you can do 1v2 as collateral damage comes down. Now going to turn on to Ellen. Teleport to come in here, as you mentioned, giving his team time to come on over. Not going to get the knock-up. It's a decent laser to come through. Showmaker takes most of his health bar. The rest of Damwon have now grouped up, as this Realm Warp is not one that they want to take.
Try to get permanent structure damage on the map here, like mid-turret's still available here is Kwangdong. But if you just kind of sit back and wait, nothing good's going to happen.
Well, Binding is going to connect. Hoyt is a support Lux and now has to flash as, oh my goodness. The scatter comes in. Showmaker not going to find it. Q going to land though. And Canyon gets some revenge against Hoyt. Not much you can do without a flash there, as Fate here on the bottom side might be able to get their second turret of the game.
But it's going to be for a Baron.
Yep, Showmaker trying to find Elm here as the Everfrost. Not going to quite do too much. Elm is a bit distracted here with Showmaker as this Baron is going to fall, and now the rest of Damwon are going to turn on to Elm. Keen there as well, inside his Shroud. Canyon comes on over, and yes, you managed to kill Showmaker. Congratulations, you've probably just lost the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how this goes, unfortunately. And But now your base is open, right? Realm Warp is the last-ditched attempt.
Yeah, that's an aggressive Realm Warp as they're going to jump onto Showmaker once again. This time he'll flash as Kane goes golden in the backline. Kellen and Dr. are dealing with him pretty decently as Canyon will also go down. Bertle finds the backline and my god, the damage. He even gets a sneaky auto onto this inhibitor before tearing Quandong Freaks apart. This will be the end of the game and Damwon Kia. It really didn't feel like they were going to lose this one at any point in this game, and they'll finish it real fast.
That was the most boring Damwon win ever, but that's how you do it. You clean it up. The Hullbreaker tech here from Bertle, first item, was awesome. Really shut down the Akali in the early parts of this game. But also Canyon shutting down that bottom duo so hard. His Fate is just going to walk away from
crying
this.
gingerbread man is not having a great time as Dr. does complete the ace, and the Nexus will fall. 9,000 gold lead in the end, and Damwon Kia secure the 2-0.
I think it's a tough call between Canyon and Bertle for who picks this one up. Bertle definitely had the most impact in side lanes to great in fights, but Canyon really set up that bottom duo to
But
succeed.
Canyon could only set up that bottom lane to succeed because Bertle stopped the blue buff in the early game from Ellen.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Ethan for the POD interpret translation, joined by the Damwon Kia players, Showmaker and Canyon. Congratulations, you guys are back on the third place with the first win of the split. How do you feel? After a long break, you know, we're back here at Lowell Park, and I'm happy that we were able to get a clean to a victory. Canyon, you already won 7 POGs so far. How do you feel? I think I made a lot of mistakes in game number 1, so it's a bummer, you know. I'm pretty bummed. Diana was the first pick from Damwon Kia in game number 1, and this is your undefeated pick of the split. Do you think the opponent should ban it away? I don't really think so. They don't really need to, because that Diana game, I just got carried. So I think I have to play better. And Showmaker. And you are also undefeated on Rise as well. But Rise is a very controversial pick here in the LCK. So, in your opinion, do you think Rise is a good pick or not? Sometimes it looks good, sometimes it looks bad. So I don't know. A lot of people say Rise is really difficult to execute in the current meta. So what kind of strength does he have in the current meta? The good thing is that his wave clear is really good, and he can roam around the map very easily. But the weak point is that this champion kind of expires, especially heading into the later game. And I think we were able to see the best of Rise in today's series. And also, I have a lot of questions about Rise itemizations. You know, instead of Seraphs, you built a very tanky item. So could you kind of walk us through your item build? So if you're going for the tank Rise, and I heard that some people go for the damage, some people go for the tank. So it depends on the enemy's comp, to be honest. So at that game, I thought, you know, my decision looked better. And whenever we saw the room prison from Rise, we were like, just wow and wow. And by Nuclear watching this game, he was like, I would have done that too. So I had a message over to him. I mean, Nuclear, you know, I don't feel comfortable seeing him on a very important, you know, analyst desk in the LCK. I don't think he deserved that role, so I don't know. I'm unhappy. Thank you for the feedback about Nuclear. Are you enjoying the Nuclear family segment? I mean, I have to kind of catch up, but the host of the show is my least favorite, so yeah. I'm just skipping it. Canyon and Damwon Kia actually let Caitlyn through, and it was really important to have, you know, or secure the priority down on the bottom lane against the Caitlyn Lux comp. So when did you start building up for that early pathing towards the bottom lane? The opponent set J4 Akali on the top side, so Graves was able to exert a lot of pressure by himself on the top side, and J4 he was not able to play the game, so I was able to counter jungle or go for a gank. So I just wanted to hit level 3 as soon as possible and set up for plays. After that kill, Damwon Kia was able to snowball so fast. And Kenyon, I heard you talking to Bertle about the whole breaker. You said that item looks so good. So where that thing come from? I mean, I was playing Akali in solo queue, and then I saw someone like building that, and he was like dying 10 times. And I was like, maybe that item is actually pretty good. So I was kind of giving my teammates some recommendations. So it was actually Kenyon dying 10 times to a whole breaker Akali, so I guess that is really a decent itemization, and that was a good tip over to Bertle as well. And in addition to that, we are having a lot of new meta picks in other regions. For example, Soraka from the LCS. So do you think that's viable in the LCK as well? I mean, mid laners are losing their power, and it ended up playing Soraka on the mid lane, I mean, I hope that doesn't come to me. But Soraka looks kind of viable. It looks pretty good, so I'm considering actually practicing that pick. Okay, looking forward to seeing that in your solo queue or scrims maybe. And Kenyon, what's your thought on top Smite Janna as a jungler? I think it's gonna add a lot of pressure to the junglers, and I think top laners should play like a top laner, and junglers should play like junglers. And your next opponent will be Leaf Sandbox. What's your plan heading into that series? I'm sure that we are 3rd place, but in order to climb up to 1st or 2nd place, we really got to secure another win.